Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Langley Speedway in Langley, Virginia. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you today's feature event. It's 40 fast laps at Langley in the Fanatec Rookie Street Stock Series. This is the top split, the best of the best that were on the iRacing service at the time this race was offered. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Starting in the 15th position, that's car number 13, Victor Sanchez. Sanchez racing out of the International Division. Starting in position 14th in car number 9, that's Richard Little. Little racing out of Morgantown, West Virginia. Starting in the 13th spot in car number 6, he'll show up on your screen as the 13 car, the Hot Hands Racing Designs Chevrolet, but on your telemetry in the upper right-hand corner as car 6, that's Stephen Pfeiffer out of Statesville, North Carolina. Starting in the 12th spot, that's car number 11, the 711 Chevrolet of Connor Meyer out of the Mid-South region. Racing out of Australia, New Zealand in the Branch Chevrolet in car number 8, he'll start 11th on the grid. That is Greg Lillico. In the 10th starting spot, racing out of Indiana in the Axalta Chevrolet, it's car number 7, Chris Harkness. Starting 9th in car number 4, it's the Punisher Chevrolet of Eric Paczynski. Paczynski racing out of Minnesota. Starting in the 8th spot in car number 16, he races out of the Mid-South region. That is Blaine Brown, starting 7th in car number 12. Coming to us from the Northwest region, that's the Cobra Kai Chevrolet of Travis Montgomery. Starting 6th in car number 14, it's Jared Trainer in the University of New Mexico automobile. Jared Trainer out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, your top 5 starters. Starting in the 5th spot, it's the Red Bull Chevrolet of Christopher Pelletier. Christopher racing out of New England, and he's had some trouble here off the bat. Pelletier smacks the wall and flips the 10 car on the start. Starting 4th in car number 3, racing out of Bailey, Colorado. He's going to show up on your TV screen as 00, but in your telemetry is car 3. That's Aaron Johnson out of Bailey, Colorado in the Mizzou car. Starting 3rd in car number 2, he races out of the Mid-South region in the Summit Racing Chevrolet. That is Lindsey Lyles on the front row outside in car 5, the In-N-Out Burger Chevrolet of Matthew Watson out of California. And on the pole in car number 1, it's the Tracker Boats automobile of Doug Briggs. Briggs racing out of the Carolinas. The lights are off on the pace car. Pace car leading the field down the back straightaway. A little excitement early as the 10 of Christopher Pelletier had some issues. That Red Bull car ends up upside down. Pace car leading the field into turn number 3. The start is on the leader. When the pace car is in, expect Doug Briggs to hammer the throttle. Briggs holds on for just a minute, now hammers the throttle, gets a nice jump on the 5 of Matthew Watson, and that's going to put Doug Briggs into a quick early lead. He's going to take the 2 of Lindsey Lyles with him, so it's going to be Briggs, Lyles, Watson, 1, 2, 3. That hasn't updated on the telemetry yet. Lindsey Lyles looking to the outside of Doug Briggs as they come out of turn number 4. Now out onto the front straightaway. It's going to be Doug Briggs leading lap number 1 with Lindsey Lyles 2nd, Watson 3rd, Montminy 4th. Johnson has dropped back to the 5th spot with Eric Paczynski in 6th. Those cars running up front as Doug Briggs shows the way at Langley. Coming out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Have to be very careful getting out of turn 4 at Langley. Very easy to get on the throttle too early and bring the back end of that car around, spin yourself or get loose coming out of the corner and open the door. Lindsey Lyles has got a fender underneath Doug Briggs as they come back to the start-finish line. It's going to be Lindsey Lyles leading lap number 3. Lyles will take the lead, followed by Briggs in 2nd, Watson 3rd, Montminy 4th, Johnson now in 5th. Out front, Lindsey Lyles has taken the lead early at Langley. It's Lindsey Lyles in car number 2 running up front. Briggs gets a fender underneath, gets a little sideways coming off of 4. Takes a look, no dice. Lyles closes the door. They come out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Briggs looking to the inside again. Car gets a little sideways. Doug Briggs pushing that race car very hard to try to get a fender underneath Lindsey Lyles and get some position on the speedway. Those 2 cars beginning to pull away from the 3rd place car of Matthew Watson. Johnson has moved into the 4th spot, made his way around Travis Montminy. It is Lyles, Briggs, Watson, Johnson, Montminy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Eric Paczynski in 6th, Pfeiffer 7th, Brown 8th, Harkness 9th, and Victor Sanchez rounding out the top 10. Lyles leads. Briggs quick down the back straightaway, looks to the inside. Lyles closes the door. Now Doug Briggs looks again at the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Briggs, I think, a little bit quicker. Lyles has the preferred line. Doug Briggs is going to have to find his way around. Cuts the car hard out of turn number 2. Lifts the left front quite a little bit. Cannot make it stick. Lindsey Lyles still leads. We are on lap 8 of 40. Briggs looks to the inside again. Doug Briggs trying to get position and get a fender under Lindsey Lyles. Lyles protecting the low line. The low line, the fast way around at Langley. The track is fairly flat. Banking is pretty low. So it's all about throttle management in the Fanatec Street Stock Series at Langley. Running in third and fourth are Matthew Watson and Aaron Johnson. Briggs looks to the inside of Lindsey Lyles again. Lap traffic beginning to come into view here. That looks like the 11 of Connor Meyer as Briggs looks underneath the 2 again. And Lyles stuck behind the slower car. Briggs gets position on the inside. Doug Briggs is going to take the lead back using the 11 as a pick and going past the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Nice move by Doug Briggs to gain some position and use a lapped car to his advantage. Out front now, Doug Briggs leads. Lyles second, Watson third, Johnson fourth. They're moving past the 9. That's the lapped car of Richard Little. Now 8 cars on the lead lap. Briggs, Lyles, Watson, Johnson, Montmany, Paczynski, Pfeiffer, Sanchez, and Harkness. The 9 cars on the lead lap. You can just see the 7 of Chris Harkness coming into view as Doug Briggs begins to pull away from the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Briggs out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. You can see the 7 of Harkness going into the pits. That'll leave now 7 cars on the lead laps as it looks like Connor Meyer is also a lap down. So Briggs, Lyles, Watson, Johnson, Montmany, Pfeiffer, and Sanchez, the 7 cars on the lead lap. Let's take this chance to move our way through the field and see where everyone is on the racetrack. Behind Briggs in car number 2, that's Lindsey Lyles. Lyles currently in the 2nd spot, having led early. Behind Lyles on the speedway, that's the 5 of Matthew Wilson. Wilson, the In-N-Out Burger car, currently being shown in 3rd. Behind Wilson, that's Johnson in the 00. Johnson in the Mizzou Chevrolet in the 4th position. Then behind Johnson, that's the 11 of Connor Meyer. Meyer currently being shown 1 lap down in 8th. Behind Meyer, that is the 12 of Travis Montmany. Travis being shown in 5th. Then behind Montmany, that's the 9 of Richard Little. Little 1 lap down in 9th. Behind Little is car number 8. That would be Greg Lillico. Lillico currently shown 4 laps down in the 12th spot. Behind Lillico, we see the 13 of Stephen Pfeiffer. He shows up on your telemetry as car number 6. He is currently being shown in the 6th spot on the lead lap. Then behind Pfeiffer, we've got the 4 of Eric Paczynski. Paczynski being shown in the 12th spot, 4 laps down. Behind Paczynski on the speedway, that's the 9 of Little again. And then behind Little, we've got the 13 car of Victor Sanchez. Sanchez, the last car on the lead lap. Behind Sanchez on the speedway, that's car number 10, Christopher Pelletier. He is 5 laps down now in the 13th spot. Behind Pelletier, then, we're back around to the leader, Doug Briggs. Briggs being shadowed closely by the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. We are at the halfway point. Doug Briggs leads with 20 laps remaining in this 40-lap feature event. Briggs out of turn 2 down the back straightaway, holding off the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Lyles has closed back in onto Briggs' back bumper. Behind Lyles, Watson runs 3rd, Johnson 4th. Those 2 cars within view of the leaders, but no threat right now to make any kind of noise in this race. Out front, Doug Briggs leads. Lyles is 2nd, with Johnson and Watson behind them. It's the 1 of Briggs, the 2 of Lyles, the 5 of Watson, then the 00 of Johnson. Those 4 cars, the class of the field, they've put quite a lot of distance between themselves and the 12 of Travis Montmany. Out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway, Doug Briggs continues to lead, running a nice smooth race, making very few mistakes. A near flawless race at Langley down the back straightaway now. Briggs rolls into turn number 3. Lindsey Lyles driving into the corner, I think, quite a bit deeper than Briggs. Briggs getting off the corner maybe just a little bit better. You know, a corner can be a balancing act. If you go in hard, a lot of times you have to come off easy. If you go in easy, a lot of times you can come off hard. The key then is to balance entry and exit so that you maximize your corner speed or minimize the time you spend in that turn. Doug Briggs continuing to lead. 15 laps in, the 16 cars gone around. Briggs avoids tragedy there. Johnson looks like he's gotten by the 5 of Watson. Aaron Johnson now up to third with Briggs first and Lyles second. Johnson maybe attempting to close on the leaders here as Doug Briggs has opened a little gap again, has some breathing room between himself and the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Briggs beginning to pull away as we see the 13. That would be the 6 of Pfeiffer, but the 13 on the screen, he's spun, so Pfeiffer now in trouble. Stephen Pfeiffer in the pits, 6 cars left on the lead lap. Those cars are Briggs, Lyles, Johnson, Watson, Montmany, Sanchez. Sanchez in the 13, the last car on the lead lap, as Doug Briggs begins to put some distance between himself and the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Lyles with a significant gap back to Johnson in third. Behind Johnson, it's Matthew Watson, Montmany, and then Victor Sanchez in the 6th spot. Those 6 cars, the only cars on the lead lap. Let's go through the field one more time. Behind Briggs on the speedway is the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Lyles currently in the 2nd spot. Then behind Lyles, we see the 00 of Johnson. Johnson running third. Behind Johnson, the 5 of Matthew Watson. Watson being shown in the 4th spot. Behind Watson on the speedway is car number 9. That's Richard Little. He is in 8th spot, 2 laps down. Then behind Little, we see the 7 of Chris Harkness. Harkness in the 10th spot, 4 laps down. Behind Harkness, it's the 12 of Travis Montmany in the Cobra Kai car. Montmany currently 5th on the lead lap. Then behind Montmany, that is the 8 of Greg Lillico. Lillico 4 laps down in 10th. Behind Lillico on the speedway, it's the 13 of Victor Sanchez, last car on the lead lap. Then behind Sanchez, we see the 4 of Eric Paczynski, 4 laps down in 11th. The 10 of the 1 of Doug Briggs now back into view just behind them. That's the 11 of Connor Meyer going 2 laps down. Meyer in the 7th spot. First car laps down. Out front, it is Doug Briggs. There are 7 laps to go this time by. Briggs extending the lead now to nearly 4 seconds over the 2 of Lindsey Lyles. Johnson trying to close in on Lyles, but right now Lindsey Lyles holding off Johnson as there are lapped cars between the 2 of Lyles and the 00 of Johnson. Johnson is closing, but lap traffic becoming an issue for the 00. Back out front, Doug Briggs leads down the back straightaway. He's closing on the 13 of Victor Sanchez. Sanchez, the last car on the lead lap. Briggs out of turn 4, running a nice smooth race here, right up against the wall, then down into the corner. Sanchez giving the leader plenty of room as Doug Briggs goes by. Briggs out of 2 down the back straightaway, comes into turn number 3, and rolls through the center of 3 and 4. Nice and smooth. Briggs out onto the front straightaway. There are 4 laps to go. Doug Briggs leads by 3.5 seconds over Lindsey Lyles with Johnson third. Johnson trying to close in on Lindsey Lyles, but making very little headway as Lyles dispatched of lap traffic very efficiently and has moved on. Up front, it is still Doug Briggs. 3 laps to go. No one in sight. Briggs with a clean green racetrack. All he needs to do is hit his marks, make no mistakes, and the race will belong to him. Doug Briggs through turn 3 and out of 4 now onto the front straightaway. Doug Briggs is going to go by the start-finish line. 2 laps to go. Briggs in that Tracker Chevrolet running a near flawless race and earning what is sure to be a victory here, barring some sort of unfortunate catastrophe. Through the center of 3 and 4, we can see lap traffic coming into play. That's car number 8, Greg Lillico. Briggs through 1 and 2. He has taken the white flag. This is the last lap. Briggs down the back straightaway. He's going to come into turn number 3. The lap car of Lillico won't be a problem. Doug Briggs rolls through the center of 3 and 4, now out onto the front straightaway. It's the checkered flag for Doug Briggs. Briggs wins the 40-lap race at Langley. Lindsey Lyles will come home in the 2nd spot with Aaron Johnson finishing 3rd. And the 5 of Matthew Watson coming home in the 4th spot. Behind Watson, Travis Montmany was 5th. He was the last car on the lead lap. Sixth went to Victor Sanchez, with Connor Meyer finishing 7th and Rich Little 8th. Meyer and Little 2 laps down. Then in the 9th spot, Chris Harkness and Greg Lillico in 10th. Those 2 cars 4 laps down. Quite a race for Doug Briggs and that Tracker Chevrolet. Briggs does a nice job, runs 40 smooth laps, uses traffic to his advantage early to retake the lead from Lindsey Lyles and earn a victory at Langley. That'll do it for this broadcast from the Johnson iRacing Network. For the Johnson iRacing team, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.